This is Clark Boyd, reporter for The World. I want to start by showing you some baseball greats. No, not Babe Ruth or Lou Gehrig, although they are pictured here. I'm talking about the gentleman standing between them with the Fresno jersey on. He's one of the greatest Japanese-American baseball players ever, and his name is Kenichi Zenemura, nicknamed Zenny. See, in the 1920s and 30s, Japanese immigrant communities across America formed semi-pro baseball leagues. They'd actually brought baseball with them from Japan. A U.S. professor, Horace Wilson, had introduced baseball to the Japanese in the 1870s. But the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor in December of 1941 changed everything. Japanese and Japanese Americans were ordered into a series of relocation centers throughout the American West and Southwest. People had to leave everything behind. In the camps, they weren't allowed to earn money or practice their religion or even speak Japanese. But the camp directors did let them do one thing. That's right, play ball. They built ball fields, formed teams, even leagues. This picture is of the team from the Hart Mountain Camp in Wyoming. And this shot was taken by none other than Ansel Adams. It's of a game in the Manzanar Camp in California. It was taken sometime in 1943.
Grass infield, grass outfield. It had 10 feet castor beans as a home run fence. They used flour to chalk the lines.
That was Kerry Nakagawa you just heard. He's the director of the Nisei Baseball Research Project. For the past few years, he's also been involved in the making of a feature-length film on the Japanese-American experience in the internment camps. It's called American Pastime. Nakagawa's the film's associate producer. He also got a bit role as the camp shortstop. That's him with the glove at right. But the film's not just about baseball. It's also about war. In the film, one character gets out of the camp by volunteering for the 442nd Regimental Combat Team. See the sign in the background? The 442 was a unit entirely composed of Asian Americans. Their motto, go for broke. The 442 saw heavy action across Europe. Here's a shot of some 442 soldiers in France. The unit also fought in Italy and Germany. It was one of the first units at the gates of the Dachau concentration camp. The 442 went on to become the most decorated unit in the history of the U.S. military, 21 Medal of Honor recipients. This is Paul Benai, born on July 4th, 1920 in Delta, Colorado. He was chosen to be in another mostly Japanese-American unit, the Military Intelligence Service. They wanted him to be a translator.
I was ordered to go to military intelligence school, and I went to the colonel and I says, I don't want to go. I don't know Japanese, born and raised in Colorado.
They sent him anyway.
So what I did is I studied day and night, a lot of it at night. In fact, I got the reputation for being up at night sitting in the latrine where there was only a light and studying all night long, so I would learn Japanese to try to keep up with the rest of my class.
Paul Benai went on to serve as a translator in the Pacific, interrogating Japanese POWs. In fact, that's what quite a few Japanese-American soldiers ended up doing.
Going to landing, you got to be able to talk to the enemy.
That was Jack Nagano. This is a picture of him and his wife Louise. Jack actually pulled some strings to keep her out of the internment camps during the war. But for those in the camps, baseball became what Kerry Nakagawa calls a saving grace. And the ball players, he says, are finally getting the recognition they deserve.